My name is Maru Prats. I am Spanish. I came to Saudi Arabia 6 years ago. I came with following my husband, who got here a good job opportunity.
My name is Mario Huterer. I'm Croatian. I came as a general manager of a large consulting company which is exclusively working for Saudi Telecom. We designed the fixed network and the mobile network of Saudi Telecom, so that's pretty amazing. And in the last period, I devoted myself to cybersecurity, and I have been in touch with top companies Europe, and with one Italian company I'm now working together with the Saudis to join forces and make a difference here in Saudi for a cybersecurity market.
I came here to be close to my husband, and actually for me has been a privilege because I was always working before, and here I am a housewife and I can dedicate most of my free time to the thing I love, which is painting.
Going away from Europe was a big step, not for me because I kept coming to Saudi Arabia and doing consulting to top management of Saudi Telecom, but for my wife and my children. So there was a big question mark: how will the life will be in Saudi Arabia basically for my wife?
I was a bit scared. I thought, wow, what a strange country. I had the idea that it was like closed. I didn't know what the ladies were allowed to do.
I was living in like 6 countries, from US, Belgium, Italy, Austria, integrated in all of those. Then came this interesting experience in Saudi Arabia, and I must say there are always people, you find best people everywhere, which I definitely found also here in Saudi Arabia, both professionally, but I just want to point out even more from the point of humanity that I've seen here. It's really immense.
People are extremely friendly. It was really a discovery, and I am so happy here that we had the opportunity in the past to go back to Europe. And actually I told my husband, please let's stay a couple of years more because I love it so much here.
We have actually a handicapped child, and that was also a question mark whether to come to Saudi Arabia. How is he going to be? Because in Austria, where we lived, he has a wonderful infrastructure there. The bus is coming every day, taking him to school, back, and so forth, that we don't have here. So that was also a question mark, but actually we found our way here. And what we found is an amazing humanity.
He's already 18, so his brain damage is really severe and he's completely blind. Whenever we go with him to the malls, we go with him to the restaurants if it's necessary. And actually it's it's so moving how people always come to us to help with him. Sometimes we are walking and people stop their car and offer a lift. They want to take us by car to wherever destinations we are addressing to. And we went to the edge of the world and we were walking with him, and I don't know, 10 cars stopped to help us with him, and it's fantastic. So it's really the attitude here towards people with some kind of handicap. It's very welcoming and extremely helpful.
Wise men say only fools rushing, but I can't help falling in love with you. But I can't help falling in love with you. Well, we are a truly international family, like a European Union family. My wife is from Barcelona, I'm from Croatia. Our children are Spanish due to the passport and so on, but actually we lived in Italy, so they speak perfectly Italian. From the school, they speak French and English. Then we moved to Vienna, so their whole school was in German, so they speak absolutely perfectly German as well. Yeah, Croatian, Spanish and so on. So it's very interesting actually how we talk to each other. I talk to my wife Italian because this is where children were born. I wasn't good in Spanish and she was not at all in Croatian, of course. Children would speak to me German. I would respond to them Croatian. Son is in Switzerland studying economics, so he's introduced there. Girl is in Barcelona, so she speaks Catalan as well, not only Spanish. And Daniel, who is in Abu Dhabi, he's now into English because he's into science and so forth, so he's studying physics. So really when we talk to each other, it's a little bit of a mess, but it's a controlled mess, so we speak 4 languages to each other inside a small family of 6.
Leaving Europe and following my husband has given me the privilege to become a professional artist, and I think this risk has paid off more than well. I mean, I consider myself privileged because I am actually selling quite well my paintings. I would never have thought that, and actually I prefer to paint than to be in front of a computer answering emails. You know, in fact, it's the first time I have a proper studio with lots of light. So I have the best room of the house. I have to say thank you to my husband to be so patient. The beauty of life, the beauty of nature inspires me. So whenever I go somewhere, I think I have to paint this. The thing of having the time, the space, the light, and all the, like now I have all the colors in front of me, all the materials. So it's much more easy to put all these instruments into art. So in this art hub, this art academy, I have done 2 courses already on portrait. I mean, this is my challenge now to learn to make good portraits, or realistic ones. And it's quite difficult. It's the most difficult thing, at least for me. And another technique I am extremely curious, which is what the course I am doing now, is the airbrush. No? So the airbrush like splashes, is like sprays paint, but in a very, very precise way, and you don't see the brush stroke, so it's fantastic. You can do paintings that they look really like photos. I didn't know even that existed before, so it's art. It's always a challenge. It's always developing, so it's great. Painting for me is my way to say thank you to life. No? So it's a way to all the beauty I see, to make it mine and give it back. Today was like quite a normal day because it's not extraordinary that my husband is at home. Since the pandemic, he's working at home. So we do have the possibility to have breakfast together before he used to leave home very early. So we can take home, I can paint in the morning, And then in the afternoon, normally I have 1 or 2 hours, I give Spanish lessons. And then in the evening, I take some painting courses to learn even more. So this is actually quite a typical day of my life. Riyadh is the biggest city I have ever lived because it's 7 million people. So for us European, it's overwhelming. Everything is so big. The cars are huge. It's a bit like living in America. No, it's a city for the cars, not for the pedestrian. So it's you take long time to go from one place to the other. But on the other side, you can find everything. You can find the foods we would have in Spain or in Italy. I can find my art supplies. So it's good that it's so big and so getting so modern as well that you can find everything. We had the opportunity to travel around a bit here, so we took like a 10 days trip. We went to Luj, fantastic beach area with turquoise waters. We went up to Tabuk with this fantastic desert, Alula, and then back for the interior, Hail. We saw a very old well fortress. Jeddah we have seen, and Ushaiger village, I think it's called. So really, when we can, when it's not too hot, we take the car and we visit nice locations around. I am very interested in culture, in art, in archaeology. So it was a surprise to know that here in Alula they have the tombs of the Nabateans like in Petra, and you have archaeological sites extremely old. We have these petroglyphics. Arabia is very big, so every region has his own way of painting, his own. So really, I expect to get to know even more about your culture. In my free time, the thing I love most to do is to visit friends, to stay with friends. So we go to have dinner out, or we go one to the compound of the other. We go to visit exhibitions together, and especially now in Riyadh there are so many events. You could go out every night. The first weekend we were here, we met some friends that invited to the desert. The experience was fantastic. So there is a silence, a peace. I mean, the horizon is so extensive. You see nobody for kilometers. So it's really, you get a feel of peace. We were even sleeping in the desert, like under the stars, not even a tent, just with the camping beds. Actually, in the one very nice experience we have in the desert is that one morning when we woke up, like 6 in the morning, there was a Bedouin who came to us and invited us. It was fantastic. They didn't know us at all, and they invited us, and then they brought us to a place where they have camels, and we could mount a camel, ride on a camel actually. So it was fantastic. I am so happy I could be part of their life. I thought there is only the capsa, which I love, I know you always read, but two Spanish friends of mine actually were traveling around the different regions, and they have produced a book of the Arabic cuisine. So it's fantastic with fish, with the different herbs. What I like most is the sweets. You have all these with pistachio, with honey. So I am very fond of sweets. I thought I wouldn't like them because it's maybe too sweet, but I really finished loving them. During the first years I was here, I was invited with a Saudi lady to know the Yanadriya festival, which is huge. You have all the regions represented there, all the arts and crafts. And I love all these jewelry they have, the different textiles. There is so much to see about the Saudi culture. There is so much going on. One of the things I admire about the Saudi culture is they don't live for work. I mean, work is necessary, but they like to enjoy being with family, being with friends, sitting next to a coffee. They have more peace. They are not always nervous, rushing, stressed. No, I see that in Europe, at least, we are always stressed, and here they take it easy, and it's actually much better. The importance of family, the bond of family and friends, I think is one of the things we share with Mediterranean cultures. So for us, family is the most important thing, and as well we like staying with friends, being outside. I think we have in common this with the Saudi culture. We used to travel 2 or 3 times to Europe to visit friends, family basically. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, this has been more difficult. So I really, thanks to the technology and to internet, I can see the route where my children are living. So even on the classes where they are, etc. Thanks to the technology. And they were here visiting as well many times. So let's hope that in the near future we will be traveling a lot again. The experience I will remember the most is really being invited by the Bedouins and the possibility to be part of the Saudi society through this association of artists. And the thing is, this has been life-changing in the sense that we have been living in different countries, we have been traveling a lot, but this is the first time that the country is so different that it changes your mindset, because I now appreciate how is not having just work and money as a priority. I think in Saudi was ranked as one of the most happiest countries in the world, and I can testify that I have Saudi friends that are extremely happy. Everything is possible here. There are so many opportunities. Everything is new. Everything is starting, and this energy you don't find in Europe.
If I have to leave, and I think I will have to leave, I will also naturally at some point go back to my country, or let's say back to Europe. So what I'm taking with me is humanity that I found in Saudi Arabia. It is an exploding business environment. Energy that I have seen in the last 5 years is immense, which clearly we came in the middle of, I would say, transformation.
Para todos mis amigos y mi familia española, quiero decir que aceptar un riesgo, afrontar una situación que puede parecer difícil o incluso negativa, muchas veces nos lleva a dar un salto adelante. Para mí ha sido una sorpresa positiva y me ha dado mucho más. A veces creemos que nosotros hacemos un sacrificio y de hecho es un privilegio. Y para mí la experiencia de vivir en Arabia ha sido esto, un privilegio para descubrir muchas cosas nuevas e incluso desarrollarme como persona. Muchas gracias.